Hey y'all, it's Diane with Shawcraft One and my old barn tour, and I'm back today working in my farmhouse Christmas journal, and I wanted to show you guys some things that you can do with your scraps, quick and easy pockets that you can make out of your scrap papers and put them in your journal. Now I've gone ahead and put the journal together it's not finished. So it's just a rough draft of the journal, so to speak. So, but I was just going to show you, I've gone ahead and put the pages in. I put a couple of doilies in because, I want things to spill out of the journal or billow out of the journal. So I've gone ahead and put the signature in and got everything ready for it to start getting decorated. And then the last thing I'll do is decorate the outside, the spine, and, the inside covers of the journal. But usually I like to go ahead and decorate the journal first so I can kind of, I don't know, it just inspires me to do the journal inside first. And then it inspires me to do the outside. But I'm thinking on the outside of it, I think I want to leave some of this very vintage embossing where you can see it. So I don't know how I'm going to do that yet. I'm going to take some of this off. So anyways, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and start working with our scraps. So I'm going to scoot the journal over to the side for now. And so what I've done is I've gone through and picked out some scraps that I would like to, be able to utilize in this journal particularly. And so I've picked these out. These are the kind of the larger scraps, and then I've got some embossed pieces and some pieces that have punches in them. And then I have a little plate of smaller scraps to use as well. So we're just going to get started. So the first thing I want to do is I want to pick a large piece of a scrap. So let me just look through here. I've got some larger pieces here in the back or the bottom. So I like this one. So we might do something with that one. I definitely want to do something with this one. And this one. And this one. Oh, and that one. Okay. So let's use, I constantly, when I'm making a journal, I'll cut a large portion off of a scrapbook paper to be able to, make a page for my journal or whatever. And I usually have the larger scraps left, but you can even do it, and I'll show you in a minute. You can even make them with smaller scraps. Of course, there'll be smaller pockets, but see if I can, you can use little scraps like this. So let's go ahead. I'm going to scoot the scrap bowl over, or the scrap plate, actually. It's a plate. It's a pretty plate. How pretty is that? I found that at, I can't remember if that was an estate sale or a thrift store. Anyway, doesn't really even matter. Okay, so let's make some pockets. Y'all excuse me this morning. My throat, my allergies are really getting to me this morning. Okay, so the first pocket I want to make, I think I want to make it out of this. Okay, and it's a very simple pocket, and I'm not going to need all of this because my pages in my journal, they're not huge pages. So that will make a good size pocket. Let me check the camera and make sure y'all can even see what I'm doing. Sorry about that. Okay, so sit that up there. So the first thing I want to do is I kind of want to measure how wide my page is. And I do think I want to put it on that page I just had it on. Let me go back and find it again. Okay. So I'm going to turn it over this way so that I can put a little mark. So I don't mind having a little bit of room around it, so I'm good with that. All right. So basically, I've made my mark, and now I just want to fold over, and I'm going to tear a little bit off up here. So I'm just going to use my tear ruler. I'm going to tear about that much. Okay. And then we can put this back in our scrap bin because it's still really pretty. Or our scrap bowl, should I say. Okay, so basically you have one scrap of paper, and you're simply going to fold it this way, and I'm watching my line so I kind of know how wide I need it. Okay, and we're just going to crease it there. Go ahead and use my bone folder, and then we're going to fold this one in like this. And then I'm just going to use the bone folder so I get a good even crease. Okay, and so pretty much this is your pocket, and this is how you're going to do it. You can use a glue stick or you can use wet glue, whatever you prefer. Because what we're going to do is we're going to glue down here on the bottom, and then we're going to glue here and here on this little flap. So basically what you're going to have is you'll have a pocket here and then a pocket here at the top. Okay, so first of all, I need to decide, do I want a little finger notch up here or a thumb notch? And I think I do. I think I'm going to go ahead, before I glue, I'm going to go ahead and do my little notch up here. That one hit me right in the face. Okay, and so if you're going to, because you can sew this and that would work fine, but you would only be able to sew the bottom. You wouldn't be able to sew right here because then you would close part of your pocket. Am I even in frame? Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Anyway, your thumb notch. So you can sew here if you want to. I would suggest, if you're going to sew, to use a glue stick that just as a temporary adhesive to close it. But I'm not going to sew because I just kind of want these to be as simple as possible so that you can see that you don't have to do a whole lot to make some really cute pockets for your journals. So I'm just going to put a little glue there. I'm going to glue that down. And I always get too much glue, so I have to have a napkin to wipe away the excess. And then I'm going to put a little bit of glue here and a little bit of glue here. Wipe away any excess glue. Okay, and so now we have a pocket. Excuse my reach. So a simple, easy pocket, you know, and you can put something down here and you can put something here. You can adhere this onto the page and you can make a pocket back here as well, or a pocket at the top, whichever you prefer. So, and then you can decorate this if you want to. You can put something pretty on it. I think what I want to do, since I'm not going to sew, I'm going to show you what you can do to make it look like it's been sewn. Hang on. Okay, sorry about that. I seem to have a frog in my throat this morning. So if you want to make it look like it's been sewn, just take a pen or a Sharpie, whatever pen you have on hand, and you just make your little stitch marks. So I'm just going to make some little stitch marks down here on the bottom. And this is just a black ballpoint pen that I'm using. Super easy. And then if you wanted to look like, you know, you stitched up this way, let's go ahead and do that. We'll put stitch marks here. And you can do it all the way around it, or however you want to do it. Wherever you want to make it look like it's stitched, you know, just make your little stitch marks. Okay, so that's all I'm going to do for that one, because I'm not going to spend too much time on it. Maybe we'll come back in the next video and decorate our pockets and stuff them and get them in the journal. but I just kind of wanted to show you how to do the pockets on this video. So that's one pocket that you can do out of your scraps. Very simple, very quick little pocket that you can use your scraps to do. Okay, the next pocket we are going to do is, hang on, let me get a drink of coffee. Sorry about that. My allergies are just not being very nice to me today. Okay, so the next pocket we're going to do, let's use this strip and make a pocket. And a lot of times, you know, we have this leftover branding strip on it where we've pulled it out of the book that it came in. And I like this strip. So I think what I'm going to do, yeah, I'll be able to cover that up. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to basically take this strip and I'm going to fold it up like this. And you can kind of measure as far as, you know, how big your journal is as to how far up you want to go. So like if I put this, I'm going to take some of this off up here. Let's go ahead and do that because it doesn't need to be a super big page. But we're going to make this a tag pocket. How about that? Let's do that. So I'm just going to take a piece off at the top. Put that in our little scrap bowl. Okay, and so what I was going to show you is, you know, if you wanted to put this on a page, you just kind of want to measure how tall your page is. You don't want your pocket, to overwhelm the page. Okay, so excuse me. I just really apologize this morning. Don't know what's up with my voice and all that's crackling. Okay, so if you don't like the white, which I don't like the white. So all you have to do is take your scraps and pick a pretty piece to put here and you just glue it in. So let's put something pretty up there. You can use book page, you can use music. Oh, let's use some of our wrapping paper. Let's see if we've got a big enough piece. That's not quite big enough. I thought I had some bigger pieces down here on the bottom. Oh, I do. I've got some bigger pieces down here on the bottom that we can use. There we go. That'll work. So basically, you just want to kind of measure right here and see how far down you want to go. And I kind of want this whole barn to show. So I'm just going to open my little pocket up and I'm going to make a mark right here so I know how far down to glue. Okay. And then I'm just going to take my glue stick. This is Uhu glue, and I think I have a link to, if you want to get some of this, I think I have a link in the description box below, or in the description box. Okay, so I'm just going to put it on my little glue book here, and I'm just going to glue all the way up on the top of the pocket. Okay, and I'm just going to kind of go side to side to make sure I get good glue coverage on the edges, because I'm not going to stitch this one either. You can, but I'm not going to, just for the video purpose. Okay, let me scoot those up out of the way, and then I'm just going to line this up here and line it up on the edge over here. Okay. And then I'm just going to take my card, rub it in real good so we get a good adherence with the glue. And I'm going to turn it over. You know what I think I'm going to do? I think I'm going to rip it. Let's rip it instead of cutting. Okay, so we will rip there. I liked having the torn edge. And there. Okay, I'm going to put that back in our scrap bowl. Okay, so now then you have this. Let me put the lid on my Uhu glue before I go any further, so we'll not have dried out glue. Okay, and then I'm just going to take, now you can put the little finger notch here, but I'm not going to, just for ease of video. Okay, and I put a little bit there. And then we're just going to close our pocket up. Now, you can do the corners, you know, in the shape of a tag if you want to. Let's just do it, and I'll show you. And then you have a cute little tag pocket. Oh my goodness. That one doesn't want to cooperate this morning, does it? There we go. That was a little awkward. Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to talk quiet because Mom's still sleeping and it's early. Okay, so there's another pocket. I call this a tag pocket. And then you've got a little pocket. You can put another little tag in, and we'll come back and do that in the next video. So there's another pocket. Next pocket we're going to do, and move my glue book out of the way, is one that's really, really simple. You can use some smaller scraps. You just need 2, and they need to be comparable in size. So let's find 2 scraps. You kind of want a thicker design paper. So like these 2 would work. But I had 2 in here that I thought would work. Let me just find them real quick. Hang on. Okay, found them. Sorry about that. So these 2. So the easiest thing to do with these is so easy. I'm going to choose one that I want to put a thumb notch in. You don't have to do this part, but I just want to have the little thumb notch in one of them. So I'm just going to do a little bitty thumb notch. And then basically you're going to turn these over and line them up and glue these 3 sides. Super simple and easy. So let's just glue our 3 sides. Okay, and then I'm going to turn this around and just line this one up on top of it, like so, and you have a pocket. Whoops. Okay, and like I say, I just put a small little thumb hole in there just to let you know that it's a pocket, and so you have a pocket there. And you can put little tags or whatever in that pocket. It can be a floating pocket, or you can, you know, put it directly on a page, however you want to do it. So there's pocket number 3. And then the last pocket we're going to do a couple of versions of. So the last pocket we're going to take, let's, you know what, this one's about the right width, so let's use this one. Okay. So we're just going to take this one and we're going to kind of measure. We're going to fold this one up small. And you just eyeball it. There's no particular measurements for, you know, how big or small you want it. And then we're going to make this one a little bit short here. Okay, so it's kind of similar to our tag pocket. It's just got a shorter top on it. Okay, so we can put that in our scrap pile, and let's pick a piece that we can have to go across here. Maybe we should do some music. Let's do some music. What do I do with that music paper that was in here? Not that one. There we go. Let's use a piece of this. Oh my goodness, if I can get it apart. I kind of want a busy music piece. Okay, let's take that one off. And just kind of eyeball it and see where you want to glue on it. And then I'm going to, I think I'm going to tear evenly across through here with, well, I say evenly, I mean with the tear ruler. And that way we kind of have a straighter edge to line up at the top of the pocket. Okay, see, so that lines up a little easier. All right, so we're just going to take our glue stick and our glue book. I need to make a mark so I know where to glue to. I'm just going to make a little mark there and a little mark there. And then we're we're just going to glue away. Doesn't take very much of this Uhu glue, but I'm always heavy-handed with the glue, so. And then let's move our book. Then we're just going to line up at the top and the edge here, like so. And then we're just going to rub it in. Now, if you don't get it all the way to the edge, you can ink it if you want to. So then I'm just going to trim this part off. No, I think I'm going to use the tear ruler. Just tear that little part off. And then we're going to put some glue here. And some glue here. Close her up. And we have pocket number 4. Oh goodness. Can't get my pen and my glue. Okay, so there's another cute little pocket. You could put the thumb hole punch in there if you want to, but you don't have to. And so I would ink around the edges, you know, just to kind of cover up any mistakes that I made. Okay, so there's pocket number 4. Now, a different version of pocket number 4 you can do with book. Oh my goodness, these tools. You can do with book pages. Okay, so I'm going to grab some of my, this is that book that I coffee dyed the whole thing at one time in the video not too long ago, in my coffee dyeing video. So I'm just going to find a couple of pages in here that I would like to use to make my pocket with, and I'm just going to tear them off. Okay, and I want the fully coffee dyed ones. So what I'm going to do is, now, I always, to me, these pages are too thin to be a pocket just by themselves. So I always, I'll put 2 together and glue them together. So this is what happened when I did this. I glued 2 together. And you see, you get the upside down words. So you can decorate that and cover up the words that are upside down. Or you can do this. When you glue your pages together, glue one right side up and glue this one upside down together. Okay, so let me just show you real quick. I'm just going to take my Uhu glue. And I like to just have the word portion of the book page. So I don't even glue on the edges. I just glue where the words are. And you want to be sure you get good coverage if you're not going to sew, especially, because you want to make sure your edges are going to stay together really well. Okay. Whoops, wrong way. Alright, and so this page is upside down, so you want this page right side up on it. And you just line them up on the edges. And then just lay that in the glue, and it doesn't matter if they're not lined up completely. Well, I've got things falling on my desk. Okay, so we're just going to do it like that. And then we will take our tear ruler, and I always just tear away those edge pieces. Now, you can leave this at the top if you want to, but just make sure you glue it if you do. If you want to put, you know, maybe a decoration up there or something, you can do it that way. Okay, but I'm going to go ahead and take it off because I didn't glue in that area. So we'll go ahead and take that one off. Okay, so then all you do is you take your page and you just fold this up. And see, you have your words going in the right direction now. Okay. Now, I want to put the little thumb punch in here. Ooh, probably needed to let the... Okay, let me show you what you can do if you run into that problem. you just take a scrap piece of paper that's a little bit thicker, and I'm going to put it right up under there. And then I'm going to go back in, and it'll punch it for you. Sometimes it just needs a little bit thicker of paper to be able to punch it correctly. Okay, so we have that, and I'm going to go ahead and ink the edge of the pocket just so that it stands out a little, you know, because the words tend to run together, and it makes it harder to see that it's a pocket unless you ink it. So I'm just going to go ahead and ink the edge of that real quick. And then we'll take some glue on each side. My glue, my little needle stuck to my finger. Like so. Oh goodness. My hands are not, I think I've had too much coffee this morning. I'm a little shaky. Okay. So funny. Such a dork. Okay, and then after you glue it together, you can ink around the rest of it if you want to, or whatever. And then you can go back in and decorate these. So these are 4 pockets, quick and easy pockets that you can make out of your scrap papers and some glue, scissors, and a tear ruler. So there's that one, there's that one, there's that one, there's that one, and if I can get it, there's that one. So there are your 4 pockets that you can make super fast, super easy out of scrap papers and have you some really sweet pockets to put in your journal. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe. And if you have any comments or questions, you can leave them in the comment box below. And I hope y'all have a great day. Big hugs.